everyone, I'm Kealy and this is Voice of a Creative, and today I'm going to talk to you about my half-term sewing plans. So it is finally half-term. This is actually the first day of half-term, so I know that I have got 8 days ahead of me of time. So since I'm filming in my new studio, Bramble wants to join me every single video, it seems. So he just wants to sit on my lap and see out of the window because I've got the net curtain up to let more light in. So he just wants to kind of sit on my lap and then just be in the video. So yeah. So it's finally half term. So it's been an 8-week long term, which has been incredibly stressful and really kind of difficult to get any sewing done. I've done very little kind of this month. I mean, I have been setting up this room and painting it and things like that. You know, it is one of those things, you can't do everything. I have been finding it really stressful, and I have recently visited a chiropractor, and he has basically said that because of the level of stress I'm under, I've lost a lot of the core muscle strength in my back, and I've got kind of 4 or 5 key areas of tension in my back as well. And so that's really not good, and that's something that I'm going to be working on, and hopefully starting some kind of stress release activities like meditation, but also just being a lot more mindful of my work-life balance as well, because as a teacher it's just really challenging when you're working. Well, I work like 15-hour days, and then you know, I work at the weekends as well, and all of that stress from kind of holding in emotions kind of just goes to your spine, and I was getting really bad headaches, so that's why I went. So hopefully that should be helping me. I'll definitely recommend going to a chiropractor. If I've really enjoyed it so far, it's been really good. So the first fabric I'm going to show you for my plans is the result of the Sew My Stash video. So I put out a video last week, and I asked people to choose something for me to make out of the 4 items. Now I will post a link to that video down below so you can go and check it out, but I put up a vote and I also had lots of comments, and the thing that won, although they were all quite close, and I do kind of want to make all of them, but the first item I'm going to make is the Kealy wrap dress in this beautiful fabric. So this is a fabric I've had for like 5 years, a long time, and it's got this beautiful large scale design in this beautiful teal background, and you all chose for me to make the Kealy wrap dress with this as your kind of first choice. So I'm hopefully going to get that made this half term. I'm going to try and cut it out today or tomorrow, and then I can get that sewn up because it is quite quick once you get sewing. So that is the first thing that I'm hoping to make. The next 2 things that I'm going to do are some scrap busting projects. So I have got nearly 3 boxes of jersey scraps, and they're not like small scraps, they are like larger square pieces. So some of them I'll be able to make like the fronts of t-shirts or something more substantial out of them, but I've got some really weird long thin pieces. I think it's where I've like bought a meter, got a t-shirt out of it, but haven't used like the bottom bit. So I had no idea what to make from them, and Purple Sewing Cloud, Sam, showed some scrunchies that she had been making with the cut one pair tutorial, which I will link below. And I thought, oh, that's a great idea. I can make some scrunchies. I know my little sister would really appreciate some, and it might be that I can give some away free to like students in school or to staff in school or my family and friends and things like that. So I've got a few here to show you that I've made up, and I've cut loads of other fabrics ready to make some more as well. They are a really quick sew, really quite nice to make, and I think they will get a lot of use. So I'm just using some of the kind of fun fabric scraps that I've got. So this is the first 3 that I've made. So it's a really simple tutorial. It's basically a rectangular fabric which you turn over the end and sew, and then put both sides together and sew, put the elastic in, sew the elastic together, and then put the 2 sides into each other. And so this is the first one that I made. So this is out of a sprinkle fabric that I got from the Nylon Shop, and I've got quite a bit of it, but yeah, really love it. Definitely a really good size. I only have to wrap this one twice in my hair, which is really good. Yeah, so really pleased with that one. And then I've got 2 cat themed ones at the moment. So I've got this one, which is, I'm trying to find a cat. Here we go, here's a cat. And this is from a jumper that I made last year, and this fabric was from Like So Amazing. Yeah, just really cute way to use it up, and I love the thought of wearing little cats. Now that one I haven't sewn all the way together yet, so it kind of, that's how it joins together. And then this one is just so cute. I'm so pleased with it. So I made a toe beans Frankie out of this by Tilly and the Buttons, and I've got a few bits left, and I'm gonna make some toe bean scrunchies, basically. I think they're so cute. I love the toe beans, and I think it's just a lovely, lovely, cute little thing to use with scraps of fabric. And it means I'm actually using them for something good rather than just them sitting there. Other thing I'm going to make out of scraps is something that I said I was going to make in the summer, which I never got round to, but I do really plan to do it this October half term, is make some makeup pads like this. Now these are the first two kind of samples I've sewn up. I'm just experimenting with different stitches. So this one was with a zigzag stitch. Now my machine, I was struggling to get the tension right, so I've got my new Atelier 6 Janome machine, and I'm just not quite understanding how to adjust the settings for jersey quite yet that well. On my old machine, it was so basic, you just kind of sewed, and this one does sew jersey really well. It's just when it comes to something like this, where I'm kind of stretching it around the edges, I'm really struggling. I don't know if I ironed this, if it would be better. Now this is a different one. This is with the 3-step zigzag stitch, which you probably can't really see much, and that's that one. And then I'm gonna try overlocking one. Now the test I made before was overlocked, but overlocking on a curve is a bit annoying. So I think I'm gonna make all of the circle ones because I've cut out this whole bag of circles. But after that, I'm gonna make some square ones because it's easier to just go around the edge. I can overlap all of the overlocked edges and then just stitch across the corners. I think it might be a little bit quicker. I am gonna iron these and see how they turn out, but hopefully I will get some more of these sewn up because they're really quick and easy, and then I can give them to people maybe for Christmas, but also as just like a gift for different things as well, or just to my family. The last few things that I'm gonna try and sew are finishing off things. So I've got a whole box of things that are unfinished, and in the new studio I've just got basically 2 boxes there of stuff that's unfinished. So I want to try and whiz through and get some stuff finished so that I can start some new projects. So the first 2 things I want to finish are things that I started more recently. They're currently on my mannequin, so I will post in a picture. And one of those is the Donovan skirt in a kind of denim look tencel, which is from Like So Amazing. And I literally need to finish sewing the waistband and do the hem. So hardly any work there, I just need to get round to it. And the second thing, which is on my mannequin, is a Molly tee, which is a sew over it pattern. I did recently showed it on a video, which I will also link below. And all I need to do is stitch around the neckline and hem it. So those will be really quite quick to finish, and hopefully having them on my mannequin unfinished will inspire me to get them sorted. The next few things are here. Now these are things that have just been there unfinished for no particular reason. I've just moved on to other things, so I'm going to go through them and show you. So the first one is this. This is the Nest skirt by Tilly and the Buttons. Now I've got everything here for it. I just got onto doing the fly and I just stopped because I couldn't bother to do a fly. So I've done the pockets there with this fabric that I got from Minerva Crafts, and then I've got to stitch the 2 front panels together with the fly, and then I've already done the kind of back piece with the pockets. So a bit to do on this, but actually then I'll have a denim skirt to wear, so I could really do with getting that done quite quickly, so then I've got it to wear with tights and boots. It'll be really good for the autumn. Oh, and I forgot to say the denim for that was from So Essential that I got when I was looking for some different stretch denims. So it does have a slight stretch to it, which is recommended for that pattern. The next thing is this. Now this is an indigo dress by Tilly and the Buttons, and this is in this really lovely kind of brushed tartan that I got from Like So Amazing. And she had intended it for pyjamas, but I really like the idea of having like a tartan dress, so I've cut it out. Now I did struggle a little bit with this because it was slightly off grain, and I think I'd washed it and then I let it hang a little bit weird. And I tried to iron it and then straighten it up, but I really struggled. And so when I cut it, although I was lying the pattern piece straight and it was on grain one way, it wasn't on grain the other way. So now there's a slight kind of slant to some of the stripes, which on this kind of tartan, you will really notice. So now I've been a bit put off, but if I make it, the likelihood is I will wear it and probably other people won't notice. So I just need to kind of get on and sew it up because I've got it cut out and I've adjusted the pattern and it fits me really well. So that's another one that I would like to get sewn up. My next one is this. So this is a sweatshirting that I got really quite cheap from the Nylon Shop, and I'm using it to make a test version of the Sloane sweater by Named Clothing, and I want to try out this jumper. It's kind of quite a slim fit jumper. It's got darts that kind of come upwards to give it some shaping in the front, and it's a really lovely green colour. I would definitely get a lot of wear out of this. It's just been cut out like this for a couple of months now, and literally all I need to do is sit in my overlocker and sew it together. So not too much hassle, but I just haven't done it, so I would like to get that one finished, and then I can make lots more if I like the pattern. My next two are these. Now these are self-drafted jersey dresses that I cut out for the sewing weekender, not this year but last year. There's absolutely no reason why they haven't been sewn. I love the fabric still. I really need dresses for work, and these would be perfect for that. That's the dress that I wear like basically every day to work, and yet they're still sat here like this. They will literally take me like an hour to stitch together and I still haven't done it. So I want to blast through and get those done before I cut some more out as well. So a few things to be getting on with during half term, but actually I will have to do a little bit of work, some planning, but other than that I'm not planning on doing too much. I've been so stressed this term that I need to kind of have some separation from it. And so I'm hoping to get some sewing done, and especially now I've got this really beautiful studio space, I can get this sorted and tidied and then kind of just go through and sew and watch YouTube or watch things on Netflix and just, well, have a really kind of relaxing, I don't know about stress-free, because if a pattern or sewing project goes wrong then sometimes it can be quite stressful, but I think it's going to be really fun to just have some time to be creative, so I'm really looking forward to that over the next few days. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please press the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Goodbye!